pojok kiri tak? Pojok kiri.
Hari ini masih sekitar jam 9 nih pagi-pagi ya. Kita sudah jauh-jauh ke arah Cibinong. Ini namanya apa ya? Tempatnya lupa tadi, Bunisari ya, Bunisari di Cibinong. Tadi kita sempat muter-muter nyari-nyari alamatnya, katanya ada di ya semacam perkampungan di sini. Areanya masih hijau, banyak sekali pepohonan ya. Jadi segar sebenarnya. Cuma karena dari malam diguyur hujan, jadi lapangannya bukan agak becek banget sih sebenarnya. Tapi ya apapun itu, anak-anak semangat latihan. Ini anak-anak TikTok Football versi 13 yang disiapkan untuk main di Liga Top Score. Hari ini sangat istimewa karena seperti yang sudah-sudah kita ada bintang tamu. Bintang tamu ini adalah seorang yang namanya besar sekali menurut saya. Pernah menjadi direktur teknik, head coach di Indonesia, pernah di Uni Emirat Arab dan negara-negara lainnya. Coach Bernhard Schumm, how are you, Coach?
I'm fine, okay. Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi. How long have you been here actually in Indonesia? I mean, right now, after you finish your career in Uni Emirat Arab.
I came back to Jakarta. That was at the 30th of December, so around 2.5 months.
Oke, baru 2,5 bulan lah kira-kira di Jakarta. Oke, but you've seen a lot of team playing or practicing, including Persija and the grassroots level, including TikTok.
I try not to miss any game from any level.
Okay.
I saw already the team Nas
playing against Bali United and
Bali United, I saw other academy games. I saw youth games in Persija here in Samangan. So I saw almost every week now 2, if not 3 games. So I have already quite a good impression especially about the youth football in Indonesia.
Okay, how are they compared to other countries that you've been visiting or coaching? Okay, like for example, comparing Indonesian youth soccer compared to Uni Emirat Arab or probably other countries like China or Japan. Have you?
My home country,
Germany.
Basically, you can say here is in the same way the talent like anywhere else.
Okay.
Even in Europe, but talent alone, it's not it.
Okay.
It's about the development, it's the mental aspect, and it's the competitive aspect. What is Indonesia lacking? And I know this from my time when I was in Indonesia many years ago. It still was the problem. It's still today the same problem. It's the lack of competition, and even young players, kids players with 12 years or so, they need competition. If not, they have enough competition when they play against other teams. They need competitive training in the training, the competitive competition in the training. So the trainings aspects always should have a certain competitive character with games and even internal within the academies, within the clubs. They can make tournaments. Among each other. So the experience out of competition games is a big problem here. But the talent, technically, tactically, I see here wonderful dribblers, wonderful technical players, fast players. The determination of the natural-born Indonesian mentality, the determination what they can bring in, and the desires they bring, all this. That's all here. What they have to provide is good coaching, not only the technical, tactical aspects, but the character, the mental, the personality, so to speak, and the lack of competition.
Yeah. What about the senior levels? At least you've seen the game under 23 and probably not probably. I believe you're also following the footballing news in Indonesia. What about the senior level right now comparing to like when you coach back then with Bambang Pamungkas, Sile Ebo, Ismet Sofyan?
Yeah, you mentioned already two names. I mentioned maybe a couple of other names. You mentioned Bambang Pamungkas, Eli Eboy. I mentioned Ustondawawi,
Aji Santoso,
Bima Sakti, Aji Santoso, such players. Ismet Sofian, Sugiantoro. So these were players who had a certain individuality. They had, especially the Glandangs, they were creative players. They could produce creativity on the field. They had sometimes individually their own ideas, surprising ideas. But these are the players who are winning you the games at the end of the day. Yeah? And what I saw in the under 23, I actually in these two Uji Chobas, what they had now, I was missing a little bit this individuality. They are running 90 minutes. Everything is very fast. Basic technique is okay. Ball control, pass. But this kind of individuality, this creativity, sometimes to do things maybe a little bit slowly but surprisingly. I was missing that, but maybe that's the Korean style of play.
Because the head coach is from Korea.
But on the other side, they were only Uchichobas, so a final judgment is here not right. They still can develop to the tournament what they have at the end of the year. But I see a little bit lack of individuality.
From the coaching character that you mentioned, that right now not only technical, also a coach have to be having the some kind of instinct to notice that player is talented enough or no. How do you see Indonesia right now? Like yourself back again when you finally find a legend named Bambang Pamungkas at the time.
I mean the first challenge, what you have as a coach, if it's now national team coach or club coach or academy coach, is to identify the talented player. Which player is a talent? And to assess the player's performance. And so you have to judge a player. When you see a player, let's say with 12 years or with 14 years or whatever, you should look at the player not how he performs now this moment, how he maybe performs in 2 years, in 3 years when he's under 18. You know what I mean? And can he develop? So there is no perfect player with 12 or 14 years.
Definitely,
But what I personally always look for at players, if you see it's such young players, if he has something special what others don't have, a certain speed, a certain
jump,
a certain capability of dribbling well, of good ball,
shooting well,
good decisive passing or so. And then you actually say, okay, he has something special, have a look at him. And
do you think Indonesia also, Indonesian coaches are also missing that thing?
I'm not sure now. I'm not too long here. I don't want to judge coaches now. But it's the challenge. It's the demand. And a good coach see a player who is 14, 15, 16 years old, and he knows this boy is with 18, 19, when he is trained well, developed well, the talent I'm looking for. Not in that moment. You have many talented players in young ages with 14, 15 years who are maybe decisive. They win you the games alone, and then with 18, 19, you don't see them anymore. This is actually a regular thing.
That happens a lot here.
Many times you see players who are
so,
and you miss them, but later you are surprised and say, with 18, 19, suddenly they developed well.
Jadi menarik sekali apa yang nanti tetap akan ada subtitlenya dalam bahasa Indonesia karena kita bicara bahasa Inggris. Tapi sebelum kita ngobrol ini, tadi Coach Bernhard Schumm ini sempat diskusi sama tim pelatih ya. Kebetulan tim Liga Top Score kita ini akan melawan strong team. Terus kita pikir tadinya kita mau ngomong defense aja. Ternyata beliau punya pendapat berbeda, masukan berbeda untuk tim pelatih kita, jadi bagus sekali. Coach, back in earlier 5 minutes ago, you told us coaches that when we play a strong team, even for the youth soccer like them, we thought about defending earlier, okay? But then you gave us another insight, another view that look, you don't do that, but do this instead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I think it's a good reason for.
yeah, I mean, as a kind of a formula.
Yeah.
It's now not enough to make a whole clinic about defending, but as a formula is the idea to in modern high-level football. And I'm not talking about Champions League in Europe only. You can play high-level football, modern football in under 12, in under 14, in certain areas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is about defending. It's not about when you lose the ball anymore, defending the goal, protecting the goal. It's about winning back the ball. This
Key
means
messages though.
anywhere he is to try to see the chance where you can win the ball back. Now ball possession. So losing ball possession, this means let's win back ball possession.
Yeah.
Fast, early, anywhere. You know, like everybody, everywhere, every time. In other words, rather than a mundur defense, you have a Nike defense.
Yes.
You understand?
Dia jadi daripada mundur defense-nya di belakang, mending kita defend di area lawannya, kata beliau.
In other words, the old traditional way is we control the game or we control the opponent when we have the ball, the way we play. But when you have smart defending, a forward defending, a winning back the ball defending, and the way you approach, you can decide where you want to make pressure now. You have a chance, even in defense, when the other team has the ball, to control them how they supposed to play for you good, so that you that you lead them into areas where you can pressure them. When you just mundur and protect the goal, you give them the game.
Okay.
When you play Nike defense, you can control the game even when you don't have the ball.
And it's applied to any situation, including throw-in and corner kicks and everything, right? Like you mentioned, for example, from throw-ins, rather than waiting, rather than marking on the wrong position, we try to intercept the ball.
Yes, throw-in is a so-called dead ball situation. This means the game rests for a short
few
time.
seconds. Yeah.
This means you have easy time to deploy many players into the area of the throw-in. So actually, when you have many players there, when you pressure throw-in, the team who makes the throw-in has the problem, not the team who is defending. You understand?
Yes.
To pressure the throw-in. So that's just one situation.
Okay.
But as I said, you can defend very high already in the attacking third of the field, or you make a decision you defend in the midfield. Yeah, that you have a midfield pressing game somewhere around the midline. But you must decide as a coach where we fight for the ball, where we try to win back the ball, in which area. And the way you defend, you can lead the team on the ball into this area. The way you approach the ball, you can lead them into this area where you say, now the ball is at the fullback side. The ball is with the number 6 or whatever. Now we pressure.
Okay.
So it's kind of smart defending, not just running back, protecting your own house. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, itu yang sebenarnya transisi yang banyak dilakukan menjadi suatu kebiasaan, padahal sebenarnya boleh dibilang itu salah, walaupun tidak bisa dibilang 100% salah, karena sekali lagi pendapat masing-masing pelatih mungkin berbeda. Tapi daripada kita defend full ke belakang, ya mending kita defendnya di area mereka gitu kan. Okay, back again to modern football, okay, where goalkeeper playing an important role to be like a sweeper or the defender, okay, where again we talk about grassroots, most of them are real comfortable to stay in the penalty box. Okay, even though the ball is far away over there, or when the long ball coming, he will wait still inside the penalty box.
Yeah, you know, the goalkeeper who only stays back home, so to speak, on the line, that's something of the old days. And you remember we had
Manuel Neuer.
Manuel Neuer. The World Cup was 2010 in South Africa, where everybody was surprised when they see this goalkeeper and say, what is this with this goalkeeper now? He controls the ball in the midfield and plays a pass.
Yes.
So he created actually that kind of playing goalkeeper. Yeah. And so in Germany, when I translate this literally from German language into the English, we don't talk about the goalkeeper anymore. We talk about the goal player. Yeah. And so the first thing in the grassroots, because you mentioned the grassroots, when you look with a 10 years old boy or a 12 years old boy, he comes and wants to be goalkeeper. The first thing what you look at it, or the first what you teach him is that he can play football.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, in the old days,
so he should be mastering their both feet, right?
Yeah, not
only catching the ball, but they try to dribble, they try to pass, they try to.
Not only the ball control.
Pass.
When he can play football, he can even anticipate.
Yeah.
What happens when the attack is coming to him? What happens in your own defense?
Yeah.
He even can, and when he anticipates, he can organize. He can give commands and call it coaching his own defense or his own defense better. Yeah, because he knows what happens out on the field. He can think ahead of this.
Yes, and he is the last person who see the whole field.
So it's not a reacting goalkeeper anymore. It's an acting goalkeeper.
Acting goalkeeper.
Same what we talked about before about defense. You know? So as I said, the first thing what you look at it for is that a goalkeeper can play the game to be goalkeeper. You know? And in the old days, you know, it was when they in street football or somewhere, the worst player on the field, they say, yeah, you go in the goal. You know, but that's not it anymore. You need footballers as goalkeepers.